going on, Emily?
How are you today, Joe?
All right. We have 6 mixed containers and 6 lion's mane.
Oh my God, they're beautiful.
Are the mixed ones selling well?
They sold out already from last week.
Yeah, I'm thinking we just go full mix soon.
Yeah.
Well, then again, the lion's mane sell well too.
If you're gonna get it, you might as well get a half pound.
Yes.
Shannon, people talk about farm to store, and by that they mean product is grown on the farm and then it's trucked to the store, and there's no stops in between.
Right.
Literally, your store is part of your farm.
Yes.
It's all right here. Farm is in downtown St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yes, we're growing about 48 acres on a 1/3 acre lot in downtown St. Pete.
Not in the suburbs, not at
Nope,
the
not in
edge
the
of town.
suburbs.
Literally, we're a block off Central Avenue.
Correct, yes. We're in the heart of everything here in the Warehouse Arts District.
The thought of scalability and affordability and the ability to produce food and grow food right on site in an urban area for
scale.
an urban audience to scale.
Yep.
And you can scale it up, you can service stores, and you can go nationwide.
Yes.
But at the same time, your origin point and your first point was to take care of city people with a city farm.
Yes.
What made you think that was a good idea?
Oh,
Where
my
did that
goodness.
happen? When did
Well, it kind of started out of a hobby. It was a bit of an aha moment. We started tinkering in late 2015. We converted our garage into a grow space. We tinkered there for a little bit.
What made you do that in the first place?
I started to recognize all of the challenges that we had with agriculture here in Florida. Sandy soil, we lack the winter season, high saline water sources,
Subtropical
subtropical climate,
humidity.
pests, the whole 9 yards. You know, one tropical storm and there goes your crop. So moved into hydroponics. I'm an electrical engineer from background,
Okay.
and I used to work for a large utility company working on sustainable energy projects. So I married the two. I converted my garage into a grow space, and it took on a life of its own after that. We started to produce a huge amount of food in a very small space. Wanted to look at a larger space, but we couldn't afford a warehouse. We were self-funded, so we bought a shipping container. And pretty much the rest is history.
Wait a minute. Now this is kind of shipping container?
That kind of shipping container. We use your standard 40-foot high cubes, so they're a little bit taller at 9.5 feet, and we use what's called a reefer container. So these are the containers that are shipping like frozen
So that's
fish.
refrigerated, is
Refrigerator,
reefer.
yes. So frozen products across the ocean. So we take those and we started refurbishing those into hydroponic farms.
So that is, to me, the perfect example. I think some people might look at this and go, well, that's not the same as farming in the dirt in the country. Well, it's not, but it is. It's still all about stewardship. It's all about sustainability. It's all about making the most of your resources and looking at something that might be seen as disposable, like a shipping container, and saying, no, that's not a shipping container, that's a farm.
So we're not going to replace soil
Sure.
farms. We're focused on leafy green products, flowers, herbs, microgreens, mushrooms, and someday hemp and cannabis. That's what we're working on. But what we're able to do that soil farms can't do is we can farm a tremendous amount of product. Each shipping container is 2 to 3 tons of leafy greens a year in the equivalent of 3 parking spots. So when you talk about, you know, our mission is to bring production to
Sure.
the point of consumption, we really are, you know, walking the walk on that one.
Let's go look at some of this stuff. What do you think?
Absolutely. Can't
Awesome.
wait.
Let's do
Thank
it.
you.
Let's do it.
Well, welcome to Brook Street Farms. This is one of our Thrive containers. This is the Ohio model, which is our leafy green model. What you see in here is predominantly our baby greens mix. We've got some red gems, and I'm going to show you some arugula in the background. All of our farms have internal propagation. So what you see here, we start all of our plugs from seed. We use non-GMO seeds. We go through a germination process, and ultimately they get ready for transplant. Our plugs tend to spend about 2 weeks right here. Once they're about 2 weeks old, they get transplanted here into our NFT channels. All of our plants are grown directly in water. There's no soil, no bugs, no dirt, no pesticides, no chemicals. So you're looking for white, healthy roots. So they all grow directly in water. As our plants mature, they stay in their zone. Because we harvest every week, we have 5 zones in a farm, all growing at different ages. As our plants mature, in particular, our baby greens are here for about 21 to 28 days. So at about 21 to 28 days, these will be harvested. They're harvested here in the farm, and they're completely packaged before they would ever leave the container. And finally, we're gonna go all the way to the back where I'm gonna show you plants that are ready for harvest. So this is a baby green zone when it is completely ready for harvest. So this is our baby greens mix. It has 5 different varieties in it, and these are 21 days old. So these will be harvested, packaged, and at our consumer's plate within 24 hours. One of our most popular items that we also grow is our arugula. Arugula is a nice, spicy variety. It grows very quickly, and we also harvest these at 14 days old. Inside of our containers, we are completely climate controlled. We control temperature, humidity, CO2, light levels, irrigation. We control absolutely everything that's going on in this farm. In addition, you may have noticed that there are no controls in this farm. It's because we have an app, and we control everything that we do via the GrowLink app on our phones or our tablets. This allows us to control everything about the farms, monitor our settings, monitor the growth of the plants, and capture all of our data. We like to joke that we're as much a tech company as we happen to be a farm.
Diana, I can see Central Avenue, and that's the central street that runs through the middle of St. Petersburg, Florida. I can see traffic on Central Avenue from where we're standing.
Yep.
That's amazing. And this is the farm?
This is the farm.
Is this all of the farm?
This is all the farm. This is it.
How big a lot is this?
1/3 acre is this whole area.
1/3 of an acre.
Yep.
And we're just looking at shipping containers, but you're producing how much?
45 acres worth of food, fresh
45 acres of what conventional farming would produce.
That's correct.
Right here.
Yep, exactly. 16 containers, that's all we have.
I think I can see the stadium. I think I can see Tropicana Field from here. So
You can.
it's amazing.
Yeah. My favorite bar's down the street. You want to go?
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, hi everybody. Hi. So welcome. This is our what we call our production room. So all the cool things happen in here too.
So 100 feet from the farm.
Yes.
Here we are, literally just minutes later. She's going through this, she's sorting it, weighing it out for packs, I guess?
Yes, exactly. So several reasons why, but one of them is because our product lasts about 2 to 3 weeks.
Because it wasn't sitting
because
somewhere.
It wasn't sitting somewhere. It
Or
wasn't
on a
watered,
truck somewhere.
Or on a truck, or it wasn't watered on the top. We water from the root. There's no dirt. There's no soil. So this is great for our restaurant partners, and they order in bulk, and then they'll put these bags right into their refrigerators, and that lettuce, arugula is what this is, will stay good for about 2.5 to 3 weeks. But our restaurants are a little busier than that, so they're going through it a lot quicker.
It's good
But
they're
yes,
busy.
Yes, exactly. It's good for us.
So, especially a town like St. Pete, which is really known as a foodie town,
Yes.
I would think there's a real appreciation.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we have, I think we're at just about 40 restaurant
Oh, my
partners.
word.
And that includes some in Tampa. Most of our partners, they'll even go as far as putting Brick Street Farms lettuce
Promote it on the menu, on
so
the
that
site.
people
yeah.
know. Exactly.
We proudly feature.
Exactly.
That's the way to do it.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. I think we all know the closer it comes to you, the better.
The great thing is that we also grow a lot of microherbs.
Yeah.
So microherbs are even more nutrient dense than the leafy greens. And a lot of times the restaurants will call us and they may have a special dinner or something coming, and they'll say, hey, can you grow this for us? And we'll say, yes, we'll try it.
Well, these are things you don't see every day. Amaranth. you don't
right,
see every day.
exactly.
Broccoli, not grown to be a broccoli head, but to be a broccoli shoot.
Right, because these are literally even more nutrient dense than the leafy greens. So if I take this down for you, you'll be able to see.
It's a tray full of
It's
chickpeas. It's one of the few things that continues to live and breathe after it's harvested.
That's correct. That's
So,
correct.
All the more important, time is really
Yes.
of the
And
essence.
not just, it's also more nutrient dense the faster you get it. So right now, about 85% of the lettuce in the United States comes from California
Sure.
and Arizona. By the time it's shipped here, the lettuce or the leafy greens are literally stripped of any possible nutrients.
And
there
it's a
are.
fallacy. You hear that all the time. You say, well, your iceberg lettuce doesn't have any nutritional value.
Right.
Well, it does. It's just gone by the time it gets to you.
Exactly, exactly.
If you were growing it in your backyard or in your parking lot,
right.
it's got plenty of nutritional value.
Exactly. So all of our customers are getting the highest amount of nutrients possible because our motto is from harvest to home in 24 hours.
And what is this?
So this is arugula. This arugula is an Italian plant. I'm Italian. They like to grow very close together,
Hey,
like
that's
a big
what the
family.
Italians
Right,
do, right?
exactly. And so there's lots more plant sites in our containers when
Yeah.
we do our arugula. And this has a little bit of a spicier taste to it, or actually what arugula is supposed to taste like.
It tastes like arugula, right? Whatever that taste
But
is.
because people, it's usually coming from so far away, people don't realize that arugula actually has a little bit of a spicy taste to it.
So it's by the time it gets to them, that's gone.
And it doesn't taste like anything.
You know, that's a bowl of tiny little things. You don't often see somebody sitting there with a bowl and a pair of tweezers and what are they doing?
They're sowing one seed per cell.
One little seed is
Yep.
going into each of these little containers. What seed is this?
That's right.
What is that? I know that's not dirt. There's no dirt
No.
in the process. What are these little plugs?
These are a coconut-based plug. It's not necessarily core, but it's sort of a coconut shavings or coconut dust, and it's got a binder in it
From the husk or from the
from the husk. Yep,
outside
So
of the
it's
coconut
correct.
that people throw away
that's right.
or turn into a tropical bra or a cup on a cruise ship?
Yeah, the tropical bra for sure. For us, this works the best because it doesn't degrade in the channels once we put it out into
Sure.
the farms, and the pH and the EC are pre-charged and they don't really change throughout the process.
I know pH. What's EC?
EC is electrical conductivity, and
But
so
remember-
that is how many salts are basically in the water or in the media.
That's a thing in farming now?
Sure
Oh,
is.
good Lord. Does it all start with this process with people and tweezers and it's all hand done like that?
Yep, if it's going out into the farms, that's how it starts.
So a third of an acre might not sound like a lot until you're the one that's got to put
Yeah.
all the little seeds in the
Isn't that-
containers
isn't that right,
to
Jamie?
produce 45 acres of product.
That's correct.
Amazing.
That's correct.
In coconut
In
pieces.
coconut. Who'd have
Nice.
thought?
Diana, I talked to a lot of horticulturists. You're really the farmer here.
I am the farmer here. Yeah, I'm in charge of plant health and nutrition, and we're trying to get the perfect blend of what we're going to feed these guys so that they have the perfect blend for what they're going to feed you. My background is in horticulture, so I got into horticulture because my mother is a farmer. She grew up as a farmer.
So you've got dirt roots.
I have dirt roots. I've always had dirt under my nails.
You know, every crop, every climate, everywhere you go has different challenges, and you know, farmers have to adapt and adjust as they go. And even now, as climates are changing, without even a farm moving, people are having to change some of their approaches in some locations. What are the unique challenges that you have growing inside this box?
Growing in a box. There are quite a few challenges. I mean, trying to maintain a stable environment within a box, surprisingly, it can be kind of challenging. You know, we have employees that open the doors and close the doors all day, so humidity goes up and down, light kind of goes up and down. Because it is a closed system, you have sort of a, you know, you really have to keep your eye on the nutrients that go through that system. So you really have to be on top of everything. It's such a microclimate in there that you just need to really be on top of the science.
So that's the biggest thing. And beyond that, do you find it easier or more difficult to produce food in this kind of controlled environment?
I think, personally, I think it's easier. I think you can do so much more in a day with what we're doing here than if I were on a farm. I would be on a tractor all day long trying to keep control of my crops and see how they're doing. And in here, I could just hop in a farm, hop out of a farm, and see how it's doing.
That's awesome.
It's so much easier here. It's so much more controlled here. I mean, it's limitless what we can do and how we can manipulate environments to get things to grow just perfectly and beautifully.
This is never going to replace dirt farming, and it's not intended to, and it's not trying to, but it certainly is a supplement and a complement
That's
to
right.
traditional farming.
Absolutely.
So now anybody can walk in the door here in
Yes.
St. Pete, Florida, and shop and get whatever they need.
Yes.
But they can also get Brick Street product
Yes.
at a lot of other locations. You made some very
Yes.
powerful partnerships.
Yes, we've been working on that from the beginning. You know, we always wanted to try to get our product in as many hands as possible to have the greatest reach possible. So we have partnered with select grocers. We do direct to hospitality wholesale, so hotels, restaurants, everything from mom and pop to larger chain restaurants. And most importantly, we focus on our direct to consumer. So you can shop here at our store or you can shop online.
Lettuce or the microgreens that I was taking off the shelf in that store were grown
About 30 feet away.
30 feet from that store.
So that is a very special model that we've done specifically for that grocer. And so we grew about 4 to 5 different varieties in that one container. So Brick Street Farms owns and operates the container. We harvest, we maintain, and we deliver right into the back of that store. One of the great benefits about that is then the grocer and the consumer gets the benefit of the shelf life of the product.
How long ago did this whole concept start? From the time that you first said, oh, this will be fun, I'll do it in my Pennsylvania garage.
Oh my goodness. Well, that was in about 2014. We had our first model by 2016. We had 5 models by 2017. And by the end of 2020, we have almost 20 containers in operation.
Wow.
Yes.
So, and it's all just grown from this one little plot of asphalt in St. Pete.
I can be cheesy, but it's grown organically. I can tell you that. And we're really proud of the fact that we can bring a delicious, nutritionally dense product to your table within 24 hours of harvest.
And it's a sterile or near sterile
Yes.
environment that it's
Absolutely.
grown in.
Absolutely.
So you take the whole food safety picture.
And then we also do all of our own transportation and distribution. So we're not passing through middlemen or distributors. So it goes right from our farm to your store or your plate within a day.
So you really are farm to fork. I mean, y'all are in
Yes.
control of the whole process.
Whole process. So right now where we're standing is our headquarters, and we've got about 16 farm containers in the parking lot. What you're not seeing behind us is our warehouse, which is our manufacturing facility where we actually build our containers. So with that support, the future of Brick Street Farms is what we call hubs. And our mission is to bring a hub to every major city center in the United States.
So the same as you're set up here in St. Petersburg, where you've got the shipping containers in the parking lot, you've got the market concept here.
Yes.
You'll replicate that in Tampa, Orlando, Atlanta, Seattle, San Francisco.
Plus, front of house is also going to be made out of shipping containers instead of a warehouse.
Oh, cool.
So we're really doubling down on the shipping container concept. So all the products will be grown on site, packaged on site, and delivered right from that hub, as well as folks can come and shop at the market, shop online, and we will be introducing home delivery.
Did you ever think when you were just starting to putter around that you'd look up and go, I'm running a business that's about to go nationwide?
You know, I've had a couple aha moments when the business starts to take on a life of its own. But I knew early on that St. Pete really was a great place to start a business because of the community support. And we are on the cusp of exploding across the Southeast Chip, so we are so excited.
You almost certainly ate something today that was grown in dirt. Increasingly, odds are, you also ate something that was grown in a box or a shipping container or in somebody's garage. It's all part of the amazing, vast, diverse system that keeps us all fit out here where the food comes from.